Welcome to Comics with Dan. We're going to be reviewing The Pedestrian number 2. In issue number 1, we're exposed to the Pedestrian, his quirks, as well as a few supporting characters, and someone who appears to be the main antagonist of the book. We meet James and Kira. James tries to mug Kira before the Pedestrian intervenes. We meet Randy, who is a bit down on her luck after a successful time in high school, who the Pedestrian helps from parking further away than she needs to. We meet the boys Sid and Jeremy, who were saved by the Pedestrian with the help of a crossing guard. Finally, the antagonist, which is the red stop-walking hand personified. He seems to be really sinister and sort of looms in the background during issue number 1, waiting to strike. When introduced to this many characters, it can often get confusing and feel like some characters are getting more attention than others. That doesn't happen here. We get all of these characters that we saw in issue number 1, and they get tied back into issue number 2. Amazingly enough, perhaps the biggest focus in this issue is the crossing guard, who has a beautiful monologue. Joey Esposito has this incredible knack for writing these hilarious scenarios, but then taking a really beautiful story and working it into the hilarious, funny scenarios. Issue number 1 and number 2 of The Pedestrian show Esposito's ability to make a really nice blend of comedy and drama. I like that Joey's able to introduce all of these characters and make them meaningful and important to the story. Sean Von Gorman's pencils are as great as ever in this issue. My favorite part of his art are the great angles that he uses in each scene. There are a handful of really cinematic shots that we get that I love. Among them are this shot here of the crossing guard entering a room with the viewpoint coming from overhead. The other being this really cool shot from beneath and behind a potential attacker. These are really great, and I also like the colors that Josh Jensen uses here. Jensen's work is similar to the last issue. He's simply working well with the art that Von Gorman's providing, and that's sometimes the best thing a colorist can do. Without spoiling anything, there's a celestial aspect to this issue that Jensen does really fantastic colors for. Really bright, vibrant, but also sort of dark and looming. Sean Lee's letters are great once again. There's tons of variety, there's a nice flow to the issue, and the sound effects are great as always. To me, the variety in the letters is always so important because it makes me feel like I'm hearing the actual conversations between the characters rather than hearing a secondhand account of what's happening in the story. Anything that makes the comic reading experience more immersive is great in my opinion. Sort of a side note, in issue number 1, we saw the Laser Titans TV show, which seems to be a Power Rangers inspired show that Sid and Jeremy are watching. And this issue opens with an episode of Laser Titans. So what this means to me is that we need to start campaigning for a Laser Titans spin-off comic. I think we need to make this happen. Magma Comics, I hope you're hearing this because you're obviously the best publisher to do it. So let's make Laser Titans happen. So Monday, August 12th is the final order cutoff for issue number 2 of The Pedestrian, so get this book on your pull list. Reviews on League of Comic Geeks so far for issue number 1 show 100% approval rating and 4.5 stars out of 5. Those are pretty good numbers in my opinion. There's obviously lots of great users over on League of Comic Geeks and lots of generally very positive people, but I know that there's definitely the fair share of critical folks over there. So 4.5 stars out of 5 on that site is nothing to turn your nose up at. I personally gave issue number 1 5 stars, and I gave this issue 5 stars as well because of just the beautiful story told by Esposito within the bounds of this comedy. Final order cutoff is August 12th. Make sure that you add this book to your pull list to make sure you get number 2 in your folder on September 11th whenever the book hits shelves. Check out The Pedestrian number 2. Again, another really great installment. The worst thing about this is that I now have to wait another month for issue number 3. Make sure you like the video, make sure that you subscribe, check out my other videos here, and thank you for watching.